mean, just the same way they're also telling them that every Nigerian matters. I mean, this is where we also talk about the fact that the lives of Nigerians is nothing very important. It appears it's not important to the government.
Yeah.
I mean, based on what we've been seeing in the nation. So this is also a clarion call for the president, for Nigeria public office holders to begin to place value on the life.
Moving on, let's start with the Daily Times. All right, so on the front burner, it says, cabal emerges in Tinubu.
This is a common story in Nigeria's politics. It's not something new. It's just the same way when you talk about godfatherism in Nigerian politics, you can't rule it out. So I'm beginning to wonder, just like you are also wondering, cabal in every government of the nation. What is the challenge? What is it about the cabal? Or is this just a kind of ploy to make Nigerians believe that this is the reason for which the sitting president cannot deliver on good governance? Is it a ploy by the political class to make Nigerians believe that their hands are, tight?
I want to believe that is the reason, because I mean, everyone comes out to say the cabal. Okay, please give us two names. They are cabals, right? And you know the cabals. All right, so we know whom to hold accountable, but nobody is mentioning any names.
Well, if PDP says there is cabal in Nigeria, the cabal started with PDP. And I think for the word cabal, it may not necessarily have to do with individuals. Cabal in Nigeria has to do with systems, has to do with politics, has to do with manipulations and control. Of course, it has to do with certain people calling certain shots.
Yeah.
You get it? And they're untouchable. So if PDP is, look at the rider.
Because that's what I'm even saying.
PDP.
So if you look at the rider.
The rider says PDP says this particular version is reveals bid towards totalitarianism. Wow, totalitarianism.
One-party system.
One-party system. Who started one-party system? Because I can recall when Atiku was saying parties should merge.
Just yesterday, Atiku came out, yes, to say that
APC had to merge,
of course,
to take out PDP.
Absolutely.
So now PDP wants to merge
to take
out APC. How interesting. Well, I think that it's a right step in the right direction. What is source for the goods is also source for the gander. If APC can do that, and eventually they had that strong might, whereby they were able to overthrow the sitting, of course, the ruling political party, which is PDP then. So maybe Atiku himself had looked at it and he's been able to come to the conclusion that the best way to oust or the best way to come back to power is for them to merge and become one force, such that they will be able to wage war.
Then if we want to have a two-party system, let us have a two-party system. So we're having hundreds and then you're not functioning, because I don't really think any of our leaders have the interest of Nigerians at heart.
But you have to also know that the All Progressives consciously to ensure that democracy in Nigeria, fasten our bets and relax and see if indeed Nigeria's democracy is being.
The writer says Labour leaders want Uzodima's aid. That's one area. Others arrested, prosecuted. Policemen who assaulted NLC leader face dismissal. Ribadu's office takes over investigation. That's that on the Daily Times.
And moving to the Daily Independent, the shouted headline says, analysts fear food inflation may spike as Yuletide beckons. The writer says, that's according to for sharp decline, and that's according to CBN. Guys, we know what's happening out there. Increase in price.
They do all sorts and marry.
Yes.
You understand? They marry. it's like a family ritual that
before now I've been thinking, of course, feeling the pulse of Nigerians to work, and they're saying, and one appeal they continue to make is for the availability of food and for it to be affordable. A lot of people, you need to walk on the streets of Lagos now. You see how people, even workers, people, you see that they're well dressed. Some coming back from work, they come to you, they don't even have transportation. And when you see all of this situation around you, it's a reflection of the state of the nation. And so what can we say at this moment? I'm very certain by December it might not be the way it used to be in the past, where families or homes will prepare dishes, different dishes, and expect visitors. I'm sure a lot of people will not be expecting to welcome any visitor this very Yuletide season.
Absolutely. Nigerians are scared that this Yuletide season may not be as merry as it should be. Moving on with the Daily Independent, it says, Editors Conference, Tinubu pledges to promote free press, freedom of press. NIMET forecast dust haze in next 24 hours warns people with health issues. I think this is more prevalent in the north, and that's on page 7 of the Daily Independent. Still on the Daily Independent, Custom intercepts 3.55 billion tramadol at MMA, nets 74.2 billion naira revenue. Two stories in one. First of all, the intercepts
the rate of depression in the country is high. Now everybody wants to come out of it one way or the other. And then because our system is not that which encourages people to go to therapists, they feel the only way they can come out of it is to run to
of prevalence of drug abuse. And I can remember vividly just this year, I think it was precisely in October, that the National Assembly came out to say that they are declaring a state of emergency on the menace of drug abuse. Nigeria is also breeding a high number of depressed individuals. We talked about that, and you see the reason is not far-fetched. Travel to Libya then before the death of Oyo. And this for those addicting, those addicts of drug abuse. It is just because many of them question. I think it's time of Nigeria should sit down, have a roundtable discussion on how they can. What's it called? Drug abuse will continue, and a whole lot. Just as we even talk about a secondary school girl on the street smoking marijuana.
Yeah. Like, okay, so me, if you ask me, I would say the government of today, right, do not have the interest of the people at heart. It is simple. You people don't have the interest of people at heart. That's one. Two, I wouldn't say Nigerians, but I would just say people are judgmental most times. So a lot of people are ashamed to come out and say, look, this is what I am suffering from. Because they feel if I come out, I will be judged, because knowing fully well that these people are judgmental, so they tend to keep it within, and when it comes to that, you will not be able to contain it any longer, and then you'll not be looking for the easiest way out. So I feel the people should stop being judgmental. We as a people, let us stop being judgmental. You see somebody suffering for something, do not laugh at them. If you cannot help them, please go your way. Let somebody that can help.
NGLEA, the last time she was here, drug abuse. Is not need help. What are the systems in place? Are there rehabilitation centers that can help them?
No, matter is there
private qualified
judgmental. It's just like a rape victim. A rape victim walks into a police station. The question they'll be asking you is, even what from the look, what did you wear?
Yeah, you understand?
How were you working? You know, this kind of questions should not be what you be saying.
Daily Independent, it says, why we deported 177 Nigerians from Jeddah, page 6 of the Daily Independent.
All right, viewers, now moving on to the Tribune newspaper this morning. The major headline on the front page of the Nigerian Tribune reads, says investigation in progress, arrests made. Another story reads, OAU lecturer slums dies in his office. That story you'll find on page 15. Page 25 of the Nigeria Tribune. Gentlemen, OAU lecturer slums dies in his office.
The reasons might not be far-fetched. Health factors, maybe he's battling with some type of health issues. Could be cardiac arrest. He also had or heart failure. Usually when things like this happens, it's usually related to heart failure. It's quite unfortunate for
now
the lecturer.
The thing is, how effective is our HMO, our health?
There you go again.
You know, it is very important from the age of 40 years and above.
You begin to
yes, go for
regular checkup.
Regular checkups. Max 3 months. 3 months quarterly. Just go and do checkup. But then people that have not been able to feed properly, how would they go for regular checkups? So you see, all of those things combined together is, look, I just pray this country remains intact in the next 10 years.
All right, Shegu, well, when you said you see me smiling at you, the business is not far-fetched. Well, as much as I know that it is about health challenge, another thing is even our lecturers, yes, lots of times they work around the clock, but you also have to understand that your health is is key. Your health is key. Like they say, health is wealth. So my advice this morning is for lecturers to also begin to take seriously their health. Are still staying with the Nigerian Tribune, a $6 billion partnership with AFCTA this bond and
actually children. Quite unfortunate, you know.
That's where the Fire Service Commission needs to come and defend themselves, because now all over the federation, these guys, for me, they are not professional. They don't function properly, right? They don't function properly. I don't know if it's lack of training to function. Save life first. Make sure that you're very sure that
how accessible is the road to the IDP camp, because these IDP camps are stationed way inside the bush.
You see, this is all about talking about projections, you know, the need for you to be proactive, and over time it appears our government, health officials there, we will be responding to them at every point in time, their health. Another is a fire service station around there.
5 kilometers.
You know, you should envisage all of these. I mean, government is not cultists. To Baba, other criminals. You find that story on page 20. This appeal court confirms Sanwo-Olu's re-election. That story is on page 3. Well, I think I should say congratulations to the governor. Finally, the court has again reaffirmed Governor Sanwo-Olu as the governor of Lagos State. Now we begin to wonder what the Labour Party candidate, Gbadebo Rhodes Vival, will do now. This is the latest development.
Yeah, he's going to get prepared for next election. I mean, this is first.
He's been contesting. Another headline at top here reads, ex-finance minister Onolapo Sholaye dies at much will take on Davis Q. So right about now, we'll not move to tags and hashtags and trends. So Shegun, what's going on?
All right. You see, it's a beautiful day, yeah, and then people do all sorts on a daily. But first, let's start with this. It's quite a sad story. DSP Bright Edafe, that's the police PRO of Delta State. My father refused to listen to her.
My goodness.
Feeling that is the only way out. So now this is a clarion. Press them back. Tell them why they shouldn't do what you have asked them not to do, because you have your reasons. You don't just neglect them. She is in her prime.
The parents this morning. You've spoken to the parents. I'll be speaking to Nigerians generally, both the young and the old. You have no right whatsoever to take your life. To take your own life for flimsy or whatever emotional type of issues. It makes no sense. Why would you just wake up and want to end your life? Do you know how many destinies are connected to your life?
Stopped, Solomon. This is a very sad news, and like they say that where you get the greatest talent is always at the graveyard. And now I believe that I believe strongly in the saying that says tough times don't last, but tough people do. So for me, just like you have advised Nigerians, you have to remember your roots. You need to know who you are and never forget who you are. This is one, while I was going to school, when I gained admission to the Polytechnic in Ibadan, my mom called me and told me, you're going to school, I'm not going to be there with you. But please do remember the child of whom you are. And I think this is one children, always, why not embrace the carrot and stick approach? You beat a child, you scolded the child. If the child even went to bring people to beg you, she should also begin to think about the state of that girl's mind. I mean, for you to work the girl out. And I don't know about other tribes, but this is very common with the Yoruba tribe. I can even remember a particular one in my own home that my sister didn't do well during the WAEC. The next you want to end up being useless? He tore her clothes immediately. You won't believe that they took her to a school in Ikiti where there's no light, that you're going to be the only one. But we should see from the aspect of the children too. And that's why you see abroad, a lot of children, they are already willing to run out of this country abroad, because the rights of children is protected.
Absolutely.
You can't just wake up and say, that's why in UK you can't beat a child. From 18, the child is already independent. But in Nigeria, you still see an old man at 30, but I will say, we abuse.
For 200 million people is a potential market. So if you're a graduate and there's no white collar job, please go learn a trade, learn a skill. Painting, laying POP, laying tiles, trading, ironworks, making doors, transportation, and so on. That if you wait for government to give you work or for white collar job, you wait till the end of time.
Well, I think he has a point actually, and but we shouldn't just wait until you graduate. I think we should take it to the schools. It should be part of their curriculum. They should include it from secondary school. It should be part of it. What do you want to learn? Carpentry, hair making, dressmaking. Let the passion for entrepreneurship start being instilled in these people. Not just when you are done with university and then you now be thinking, so which angle could I? Time is ticking. Include it in the curriculum. So when they're in the university, they already, they have a hand job and they're also schooling. Let's include it in the curriculum. There's no time to waste anymore. I agree with him.
Okay, as much as you all agree with Joe Ibokwe, the question is, Joe Ibokwe, has he not been in government before now? What did he do when he was there? How many Nigerian students did he think of with all the money they have been able to amass? How many Nigerian students or how many schools in Lagos has he moved to? So you see, it has gotten to a time where these politicians cannot just come out and tell us anything. Yes, I'm encouraging people, of course, to develop their skills and mix to them. The state of the nation is not thanks to the politicians. So this message Ibokwe is passing would have made more sense if he said that I have trained 200 students, and they're under my payroll. They're doing well in hairdressing, they're doing well in tailoring, they're doing well in this. But no, you guys just come out. It's easy to condemn. What are you doing to help the situation? This is where I drop it.
And that's what we're talking about. The other time, the house was.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. Laughable.
That's what the government is after. They are not concerned about the plight of Nigerians and these children. They should be talking about free education, not sending parents to jail.
And these are a group of people that benefited from free education. Just were even waiting for them before they left school.
I would say they should prioritize the important
Skills
things,
development, okay.
right? So in secondary schools, right? Please take out some things, include some things, put woodwork in it, put hairdressing in it.
Bring back sports.
You understand?
And you know, that reminds me, I think we should also commend the private universities. Yes, as much as they charge so much, you know, but I found out that most of the private universities, even some secondary schools, yes. I can remember I did a documentary on Adeoye International School around in Ogun State, and I was amazed what they've been introducing the students to. They've introduced them to how to use computer, how to wire, and all of these things.
Yeah.
And there are students that all they do is tailoring, and they all have machines.
Fantastic.
They do it themselves, and so many crafts
I mean,
like that.
There's FSTC. I think that's a federal school. It's a secondary school. I love it. If I have my way, I'll take my children there. If all secondary schools in Nigeria can be like that, so
Which
there's
school?
printing. It's a
Which
second-
school?
FSTC. It's a secondary school, right? There's printing. So when you get to, I think
That's a
SS1,
federal school, I believe.
Yeah, there's printing. If it's printing, there's mechanical engineering for secondary school.
Fantastic.
A graduate from that secondary school can go into the labor market
And do
function.
something
Absolutely.
and make money. And you see also this talk of, you know, again, we have to also understand that government, and that's why we have the polytechnic and we have the university. While the university deals more on theory, the polytechnic deals more on your skills. Now, how many Nigerian students or prospective tertiary institution students are willing to go to the polytechnic? Let me tell you, the reason many of them go to the polytechnic is just because of the fee, which is at least affordable in comparison to that of university. So what am I trying to say this morning? The dichotomy also is there. Most organizations will now tell you that those that they want to employ is strictly BSc holders. If you're HND holder, sorry. So they are, you know, they place high importance on the BSc holders than the and I think maybe this is the reason why many people were not embracing the polytechnic.
This goes back to the federal government.
Absolutely.
It should be equal. BSc,
Equal rights.
HND. It should be equal. You have BSc, if you have HND, please apply for same job. Pick who is good at it. Okay, so this one now. So a Nigerian man who was allowed to stay in the UK after he claimed that was being persecuted in Nigeria for being gay, right? So he went there to seek asylum. You're like, oh, now you're gay, congratulations. Oh, they want to kill you over there? All right, come stay. A few years down the line, the man impregnated 3 women. And so he's been arrested for fraud.
Well, apparently he's
But-
not gay.
Yes.
He's bisexual. You know. and,
No, you can't even say it's bisexual.
It's not bi-
It's possible
He's
it's not
may
bi.
not be
But
bi.
neither is he gay.
So now 3 women. So that means
Three-
you try to defraud us?
From which country did this man?
From Nigeria to UK.
So
Is it-
what?
is it- is it
what-
Nigeria?
Congratulations
you know
to
what?
the UK
You know what? We shouldn't pretend about this. Most Nigerian youths, they are looking for the opportunity. Any opportunity that shows, they are ready to grab it to run out of the country. So it's not the only one. I have heard different cases. People just go travel abroad, Canada, UK. They go and raise their hands that they are they're either gays or homosexual, basically, and they receive them just for them to run away from the poverty in the land, so they seek a greener pasture there. So for this kind of a man now, I wonder if other Nigerians who want to pass through the same roads will be granted, because this has shown in the open that he just wants to run away.
Congratulations to the UK government. That's all I have to say.
So my question, when I saw it, my
What's
question
that?
was, okay, so what happens? What if at the point of entry where he said, okay, he's gay, and they try to persecute him, so when I says, oh, I'm gay too, can we have a relationship? What happens?
No, I think we should even discourage our Nigerian youths from all of these LGBT. And
Okay,
recently, Recently, we saw Bobrisky. Bobrisky was everywhere yesterday, crying that she, because we're going to use he, she now, right? He, she, she wants his life back. What do you guys think?
Well,
So is it just because of the money? That's why she?
Most of them.
Goodness.
we would tell Nigerians that this is a foreign culture. Let's not imbibe it. The government, even as pathetic as the government has been in Nigeria, they've not encouraged it. There's nothing valuable when it comes to homosexuality,
don't get
bisexuality, and
it.
all of that. Leave these things alone. You don't have any type of benefit.
It's not our thing.
It doesn't make
I
sense.
mean, how do you even hope to reproduce young ones when a man and a man are having sexual intercourse? It is unheard of. I mean, and I think they should distance themselves. Every Nigerian should distance themselves from anything you know that you cannot be proud of. You cannot come out in the public and say, this is what you do. And I want to tell you that most of these Bobrisky, the likes of Bobrisky and co, it is because they are being financed by international organizations.
Who took that
They are
from me?
supporting them. That's why they're doing it. It's poverty. It is the fear of poverty
Now, another reason why they are doing this is to curb population explosion.
in Africa.
Yeah, they know that if they encourage same-sex marriage,
Reproduction.
Exactly, reproduction. Let's throw away all of this LGBTQ.
Until Nigeria wakes up and stands up, this slavery will continue. The slavery in the land will continue because the whole of Africa is waiting on Nigeria to rise up to the occasion.
Nigeria as the giant of Africa.
Former giant.
Lady, 20-year-old in Adamawa. So she got married, and then 5 weeks after the marriage, she told her husband, "Please divorce me."
Can you please come again?
She give any reason?
I need to get that.
Five
Very-
weeks after the marriage, she told the husband, "Please divorce me. I want a divorce from you."
Is this in Nigeria or
Yes, Adamawa State.
Adamawa State?
And the man with fear went ahead, and then she burnt down the man's house. So she was arrested, and then when she was arrested, they asked her why. She said it was an arranged marriage, and she was not feeling it. So she told the man, "Look, I don't want this thing. Let's end it." And she said no. And then prior to that, a week or two to the marriage, to the wedding, she asked her parent that, "Listen, I don't want to marry this guy anymore." And then the parent said no. The mother in particular said, "Look, we've sent out invitations. You must now."
Well, you see, this is a problem of, I'm even shocked that in this age and time, parents still force their children out of their will to be engaged with a partner that they do not have interest in. I think it is very wrong. I think it is also like infringing on their rights. Because you should have a say. And then when we also look at the Northerners, this is common with them. They betrothed a child to a man. Now, why would this girl, age factor, though I'm even seeing a grandfather figure, and then you're pushing that person just because of money or what kind of tradition? I think this should actually be discouraged.
Absolutely.
All right. So finally, this internet user says the Bible supports polygamy. Tradition supports polygamy. The thing and person that do not support polygamy are poor economy and modern day woman. How true is that?